Hello folks, LA Little here, and this is today's short take. Yesterday we took a little bit of a hiatus on the earnings front. Today let's move back to them. Tonight you got two big reports, Intel being one of them. Intel has this nice range up here at the top. It's been consolidating up here after this breakout off this bar, consolidating on this range. You know, it's got two swing point highs now sitting up here. In other words, if it breaks, it's probably going to get a faster move to the upside. But the trade here now is more mixed than it has been, and that is that you got two swing point lows at the bottom. So this is set up to make a faster move either way. And that type of a setup is a more dangerous one if you're trying to play it, because the direction is certainly not clear. And you know, Intel can move this market as well, and I suspect it will after its report tonight. Which way? It's not clear. So you know, you just have to either stay out of it or take a total gamble if you're trying to trade it. Let's look at the next one. The other big one tonight is Schlumberger. These guys, of course, have been rocked along with everything else in this market. I think I mentioned on some video sometime back here that there was a good probability or possibility if you're going to play this, you play it to the upside. Here's the ranges that have been in effect, and actually they're about equidistance. You got down, under, back over, less volume off these two bars. You're back into do a retest regen off this bar. I would expect Schlumberger is going to trade back up into this area off its earnings report. And let me get a pointer here, right up into this area most likely, and it may get back up to this area before it's over. I don't think the downside, there's a lot of downside potential here at this point. Now let's pull this back just to look at it on a weekly in case there's anything different there. No, let's pull it back to a monthly. No, it does look like to me it's going to flip back to the top side. So and that's actually in order with what we saw yesterday with the XLE. XLE trades under, back over, less volume. That's set for a bounce. Schlumberger looks like it's going to help these markets do that. If we move to Friday morning, Goldman Sachs is the number there. Breaks yesterday, breaks with volume. Let's pull this back on a weekly. Coming back into a swing point high, and it looks like it's going to have the volume. So the test here, you know, it looks like it wants to trade all the way back to this low. So that support zone you see there, you know, it wants to trade back here and test it. If it gets under it, and I think there's a decent chance it will, the lows here is where it's going to try to test to. That's back to 171. So if we pull this back on a daily now, yeah, it looks like it's going to try to trade down, and that's in keeping with what we're seeing on the financials. If we look at the financials, they break yesterday. So these are set up. The only one that's really the big question mark in my mind is what is Intel going to do? And I think that's going to have a big effect on what the market does. Till next time.